Wall Street to the White House. This is the Larry Kudlow Show.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to talk to Roger Stone, great political consultant, host of WABC's The Roger Stone Show, Sundays 3 to 6 p.m. on most of these or many of these same stations. Roger, welcome. Roger, I want to go back with you. We've talked about immigration and other things, but I want to talk to you about this Catholic Charities, Al Smith dinner, Cardinal Dolan. Kamala won't come. Trump will. Kamala won't come. A lot of people are saying, well, she doesn't want to match wits with Trump, who is a good roaster of people. Maybe that's true. But my point is, I think deep in the bowels of the Democratic Party, particularly the left wing of the Democratic Party, which is the tail that wags the whole dog, there is an anti-Catholic bias, there is an anti-Christian bias, there's an anti-God bias. And I think that has a lot to do with Kamala's decision not to show up for this traditional Catholic event. What do you think, Roger Stone?
Look, Larry, I agree with you. First of all, this is a scripted event. In other words, she doesn't have to speak off the cuff. In fact, the President Trump, former presidents like Reagan, Carter, they just put substantial time into prepared remarks. I just watched the video of President Trump, who was hysterically funny when he spoke there with Hillary Clinton. But he's speaking from a prepared script. It's expected. Either she doesn't believe she can do that, which almost anybody can read, or it's a broader statement that she rejects the tradition the way she rejects the Catholic Church and the things that you and I and millions of Americans believe in. It's really an insult to the archdiocese and to, what has been a strong American tradition in this country. It's really kind of shocking.
You're right. I mean, you get yourself a Hollywood script writer, and that person prepares you for the dinner with some quips and some jokes and that kind of thing. So that couldn't have been the reason. I mean, you look at the record of Kamala Harris, you look at the record of this administration vis-a-vis Catholics, the Little Sisters of the Poor, that whole flap, putting Latin masses on the bad list in the Justice Department, that kind of thing. There's a number of issues for Catholics that this administration has opposed, and I think that's a big part of it. I also think, Roger, socialism runs deep in the Democratic Party now, right? It's the left wing of the party, but again, at a minimum, it's the tail wagging the entire dog. Socialists, communists don't believe in God. Don't believe in God. It's not about Catholicism. It's just about don't believe in God, don't believe in a higher power. Isn't that part of that, too?
It is indeed, and in fact, her position on abortion is the most radical position of any presidential candidate in modern history. Well, we've had other candidates for president who favored abortion, but not in the 8th and 9th month, not after birth. I'm sorry, but based on an Axios study, they're hardly a conservative media outlet, there's at least 9 states that allow abortion at any time for any reason, and there were 10,000 abortions last year in the 8th or 9th month.
All right. Roger Stone, thanks. Sorry we were truncated today. We'll do better next week. Folks, I'm Kudlow. We're going to take a break.